Good morning. Nice to see you all today on day number 3 of the Secret Weapon Challenge, giving you guys all the lethal sha sha sha, chop chop chop, pew pew pew, all the weapons, all the things you need to get out and make your financial freedom a reality. Before we begin today, I want to chat a little bit about adversity and the opportunities we have in life to find growth. And I was lamenting this morning about some of my past judgments on painful experiences. And, for, I would say, a decade of my life, I believed that some of the not comfortable things, I'm going to try not to label things as good or bad, but some of the uncomfortable things that I was going through must have been from, a terrible source or, an evil thing or bad karma, whatever it is, whatever negative connotation you want to put towards opposing energy or resistance that you find in your life. And I have had recently a very clear breakthrough where I've been able to release and let go of some of the adversity that I felt and was met with in my life because I could see it from 30,000 feet. And what do I mean by that, right? I'm looking back at it. I'm staring at the world through my rear view and I can see it. I can see love and so much of the pain that I have experienced. And so, very quickly, to give you guys the Cliff Notes version, I have been in real estate since 2002. I had a great run in wholesale from 2002 to 2007. I made $12 million and I thought I was the king of the world. I decided to pivot outside of wholesale and got into multifamily development. And in the process of doing that, I got myself into high leverage loans on multifamily projects, asked my mother and father to co-sign those loans for me. And then 2008 happens and the world collapses. I lose all of my money, I lose my home, and I lost my mom and dad's home. So the bank came and took my family's home, and all of us, my mother, my father, my sister, my niece, her husband, our 150-pound dog, and our cat were all forced to live in a 2-bed, 1-bath apartment. And I look back at those times with fondness because we were all together as a family in our home. And even though financially they were really, really terrible times for us, looking back at it now, I can see that that situation happening led me to California, which led me to Phoenix, which led me to Keighley, which led me to Astro flipping, which led me to being here with you guys today, living a very abundant, happy, and God driven life. And so I want you all, if you are facing something right now, whether it be a challenge or a hardship, physically or in health, whatever it might be that you're going through, I want you to know that there's love in there. And no matter how hard it is to see when you are in it, when you can see it from another perspective, you'll find it. And why I bring it up today is because the guests that we will have on today's challenge, the two wonderful guests that we have, they have been through it. They've been through it in challenges. They had met in a multi-level marketing situation. This couple, Michelle Garabito and Paul Nelson, wonderful folks. And I'm not to, get too much into their story, but they were very, how do I put this? They were not treated well. And they had a lot of resistance to mentorships, to education, to leaning into communities and other people to help them achieve a financial destiny. And that resistance took time to release. So I want you to know that it is okay. It's okay if you're going through it and if you're holding on to something that is weighing you down. This might just give you the freedom to let it go. So before we begin, like I do in these all the time, we are going to start with a prayer. And if that makes you uncomfortable, No problem. All you need to do is mute me for the next 30 seconds because I'm going to do it anyways. And if you'd like to join us, here we go. Father God, we love you so much, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for opening all our eyes and giving us breath, for giving us the minds to connect and communicate with each other. God, we are so grateful for that. Lord, we pray that you guide each of us to your purpose for our lives, so that the steps we take are your steps, the words we speak, your words, the actions we take, your actions. God, we ask that you guide us to those individuals that'll be of benefit to us, either for a financial gain or a lesson that we need to learn. And we ask that you deflect us from those individuals that'll waste our time or bring us harm. Lord, for any one of our family members here today that are in need of any additional understanding of the concepts that we teach, God, we just pray for perfect clarity in their minds. And Lord, for any of us that are suffering through any physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual pain, God, we just pray for perfect healing in our lives. And Lord, it is with humble hearts and in your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Woo! We got it going on today. Yeah, baby. I am so thrilled because these two I have fallen in love with over the last 12 months that we've had Michelle Garabito and Paul Nelson in the Astro Flipping Mentorship. Not only have they risen to glory in their business because of their capacity to apply the concepts that we do teach and turn that application into majestic businesses for each of them. They are also community-minded people, and they constantly give back. They're always looking to connect. They're always looking to help. They're always looking to grow others. And it's the spirit of that that really attracts me. I've watched these guys come in, learn, and crush it. So without further ado, let's first bring on Emily. I'm always gonna surprise you.
Every time, every single time. Hi guys. Hi Jingle.
How are you this morning?
I'm so good. How are you?
Fantastic. It's wonderful to see you today.
Back at you. I like your yellow cup and your yellow pillow in the back.
Hey, am I color matched?
Yeah, looks great.
I can thank my fabulous wife for the set, and her and I picked this up together while traveling in New York City. Fun, right?
Oh,
These little Starbucks mugs,
yeah,
I'm into them.
me too. They're cute.
You feeling good?
I am. I'm just so ready to listen to Michelle and Paul and what they're going to bless us with. Like every word they say and everything they create is blessed. And you guys are in for it today. It's going to be great.
For real, for real, for real, for real. Like when it comes to just authentic, when it comes to heart driven and no holds barred. I mean, when Michelle first joined Astro Flipping, I believe she threatened our sales guy. She was like, listen here, mofo, if this doesn't work, I'm going to find you and I'm going to find Jamil and I'm going to flip and sue the pants off of all of you guys. I'm really glad that I wasn't
A phony.
anywhere near the sales room when that call was going. I would have been like, yo, no.
Yeah.
But thankfully, that wasn't the case because what's meant to be is meant to be. And Michelle was absolutely meant to be in here. And Paul was absolutely meant to be in here as well. I believe Michelle started first and then she brought Paul along with her.
Yeah.
Are there any resources that our friends could find benefit from today? Like Privy, for instance, how will they access a discount from Privy if they so choose to do that?
Yeah. Benson actually blessed us with 20% off just for the challenge. And we have a promo code that we can share with you guys if you want it. I don't know. Do you guys want it?
Yeah, they
All
sure
right.
do. They
Cool.
can go to the website runprivy.com, runprivy.com. I want you guys to just make a jingle out of runprivy.com. Whoever has the best jingle, here, I'm going to make a contest today. We got about 550 people right now. If you feel inclined, make a selfie style video and send it to my DMs with a runprivy.com jingle, or put it in your stories and tag me, and I'll reshare it on my stories. It'll be a great way for you guys to get some exposure because I'm going to be able to repost your jingle If you don't want me to repost it and you want to send it to me to DM, that's okay too. But whoever has the best runprivy.com jingle, I'm going to send you 500 US dollars.
Holy
500 US bucks. And we will announce that tomorrow before we begin the last day of the challenge. So if you want to have 500 schmackeries, all you got to do is give me a runprivy.com jingle, selfie style, shoot it, and put it in your stories. And we will randomly pick one of you guys. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it randomly. Whoever's dang song is the best.
Yeah.
We live in a meritocracy, for God's sake. I ain't giving no participation awards.
I love this. This is going to be great.
Awesome. Are Michelle and Paul ready?
I think they are. Let's get them up here.
Let's get them up.
Okay.
Hi, guys. You're muted. Hey, there's that energy I was expecting. How you guys doing?
We are great. How are you?
Fantastic. You both look magical this morning. Where are you guys? I know where you are, but let's because you guys don't have normal lives.
We don't. We live a very interesting lifestyle, but we are in Arizona. We're in Gilbert specifically.
Gilbert, Arizona. We're actually going to meet tonight for supper.
Yes, we're so excited to see you.
I'm excited to. Are you guys still vegetarian?
No, we're eating all the meats.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm just leaving that because I'm gonna start drooling on this live, and I don't want to do that. So, Paul, Michelle, you guys have become just incredible friends of mine, and your hearts are what have driven that relationship. From watching your entrance into the community, your connection in the community, you guys have become the glue, and I really just appreciate everything that you two bring, not only in your steadfast commitment to what we do here and the results that you gain, but your ability to share that with people and get loud about it and to help bless other people with the knowledge that you've gained so that they too can have financial freedom. That to me is the business. That's the game of life. We're here to walk each other home and to help each other live abundant lives rather than scarce lives where we're worried about where the rent money's coming from. And you two travel around the world and make it look easy. Would you mind telling us a little bit about you for those of us that aren't familiar with you two guys?
Sure. You want to take it away?
Yeah. So we were both in multi-level marketing for over a decade. That's how we met. They found out that we liked each other and they banned us from talking. And it wasn't until we both left and spoke out about it that we reconnected. And Michelle knew she wanted to be an entrepreneur and she was searching for the right industry. And she was thinking of becoming an agent and then somehow found out about wholesaling and jumped in with 2 feet. I had no idea what she was doing. I thought she was a little crazy. But then, sitting in our room, for a month, she was able to make $15,000, which we're going to talk about. And I was like, okay, show me how you did that. And it's been an amazing roller coaster ever since.
Yeah. We're also digital nomads. Yeah. So if you don't know what that means, we basically don't have a home. We choose where we want to live. We're homeless.
We're the richest homeless people I know, by the way.
My mom always says, yeah, my daughter's homeless. I'm like, yeah, I'm so homeless. So we just choose wherever we want to live that month, depending on what our goals are and what our soul feels. Sometimes our soul wants to be on the beach, so we'll find an Airbnb on the beach for a month. Sometimes our soul wants to be in Arizona, and our soul's been wanting to be in Arizona a lot, by the way, because we feel really productive here. And sometimes we want to leave the country for a month and a half, and we get to just choose wherever we want to live and travel, and it's been a beautiful journey.
What a fabulous life to just be able to pick up and go. And guys, these guys aren't living in hostels when they go to Maui or they go to, Turks and Caicos or the Maldives or wherever it is that they show up on Instagram that day. They're staying in like 5-star resorts. They're staying in, luxury Airbnbs. These two are living it up, flying first class, like legit going all out on yourselves with self-care and love. And don't we all want that?
Yes, amen. Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just so rewarding to be able to watch your guys' life expand. And again, because you guys are so giving, I know that today will be an absolute experience for everybody watching. And if
Yeah.
any of you guys are interested in becoming a part of the Astro flipping family, Michelle and Paul, they have an opportunity where you guys could join the magical crew, and they would benefit a little bit from that as well. So, Emily, if you could um, provide a link for that. Actually, if you do join Astro Flipping through Michelle and Paul, you'll also receive $500 off, which I think is super cool. But again, guys, this isn't about you buying my course because guess what? I'm doing this for free, and so are they. So we're excited. We're excited. Today we're going to be talking about workflow. A lot of you guys are really confused about what the hell to do all day long and what that workflow should look like, right? What do I do from the moment I wake up? How do I get my business optimized? How do I make sure that when I'm sitting down, I'm prioritizing income generating activity, that I am not dropping the ball on transaction coordinating and pushing the moving the needle for my deals to make sure that they actually close? What can I delegate? What can I do myself? How do I accomplish doing all of this that we need to do and still live on the beach, which I think is the goal, right? I mean, look, if you were to ask me 10 years ago what I want what you guys have. I've just not done that. I became a different monster, right? And so, but I think there's a lot of people who resonate to the lifestyle that you guys are living.
Right. Yes, we're so excited to share that because we're going to talk about the vision of our life and the bigger picture. If you read any of Stephen Covey's books, which they're a little dry, so I'm not telling you to read his books, but one quote that we've lived at for a really long time is begin with the end in mind. And that's something that everything that we do is always about the end in mind. The end can look different for everybody, but for us, it's time freedom, is being able to actually enjoy this lifetime. We've been blessed. Every single day is a blessing. And we've done the grunt work of working 16, 17-hour days, hustle, sleep 4 hours, sleep when you're dead. We've already done all that. And we just felt burnt out and we didn't really enjoy life. And we felt like we've lost a lot of time. So in this lifetime, because we feel like we've lived 3-4 different lifetimes, we're very, very focused on living a productive life and still being productive, working less hours and using more of our lifetime and our lifestyle as a bringing point to be able to live greatly. And we're so excited to share how we were able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And just so people can understand why they should be listening to you, you guys work 4 hours a day and make how much a month each?
Oh, this month we're at $50,000 in profit so far.
Together or separately?
One business, so only one so far. So Paul is still cashing out. So by the end of the month, we'll be over 100K for sure.
My gosh. And how many hours a day again you work?
4. Our hours are 12 to about 4 o'clock.
Okay, so if you guys want to understand how to optimize your workflow, this is the day.
Yes. We're so
Paul,
excited.
Michelle, take it away.
Thank you. We love you, Jamil.
We love you, Jamil. Can't wait to see you in person tonight. All righty.
Hey, everybody. Center stage.
How are you guys? It's so good to virtually see everybody here. And we're so excited to do another challenge.
Yeah.
Well, today I kind of want to call it a masterclass because this is exactly what we're going to be teaching. Today we're not really going to be on the phone or we're not really going to show you too much, I guess, strategy or like things like that. But we're really going to cover a lot of different things. And Paul is going to start it off. He is going to share all about the vision, the mindset, and what is it that we believe a life should be lived. And, everything that we share today is really about what we believe, how things should be lived and how we live. And if it resonates with you, then that's wonderful. And if it doesn't resonate with you, this is just a different perspective for you to kind of take a look at. Mm-hmm. There's some people that they want to work 15, 16, 17-hour days and they rather travel later on. And that's perfectly fine. That's not what we love. We've done that. We've done the grunt work. We've done all the craziness and we just did not believe in it. So I'm so excited for Paul to really share about the vision and the mindset of our life. And then I'm going to come back. We have some slides to show you guys. So get ready with your notepad and pen, take some screenshots, take a photo, because we're really going to break down what our business looked like a year ago when we were just a one-man, one-woman show, and what our incomes looked like when we were working 8-9-hour days. Because there was a point last year when we started our business that we were working 8-9-hour days. We were putting in the groundwork because that's what it takes in the beginning. And then what do we do to scale that, right? What did we do to scale that? What happened when we added people like Trey and Fatima and Sharon, which you guys are going to meet them today. It's going to be awesome. What happened to our lifestyle? What happened to our work hours? And what happened to our business income when they came out on the board? And what our workflow looks like today as, you know, a company, and how we've grown that. We're going to show you our company structure. We're going to show you a lot of really good things. So I'm so excited for Paul to take it away and start it off. He's going to bless you guys tonight. Well, today.
This morning.
This morning. Oh my gosh. And it's going to be wonderful. So I love you, babe.
Love you too. Well, good morning, everybody. Even on the East Coast, it's still morning.
Yeah, thank God.
Hope y'all are doing well. I'm so grateful to have a few minutes to share with all of you. It's going to be really fun. We're going to share for a little while. We got some slides we're going to show, and then we're going to bring on our secret weapons. And then we're going to have time to answer some questions. So feel free to take a note of those. Before we get into the details, you know, of the actual like what to do and how to do it, which Michelle's going to get into in terms of systems and workflow, I just want to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, because I think that's really important, right? If I don't know why I'm doing something, it doesn't really matter if I know how to do it or what to do if I don't know why I'm doing it, because I simply won't do it, right? I don't really think there's such a thing as a motivation problem. It's more of a dream problem. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not clear on why is it that I'm doing this work, right? So some of you might have come in, you're like, man, I just want to make enough money from this to pay my rent, to get out of debt, right? Or, you know, to send my kids to college or whatever it is. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm also going to challenge you to think a little bit bigger. You know, what does truly a successful real estate business look like to you, right? So for us, you know, I can talk about us, you know, like how much money are we going to be making? What do we want to be doing each day? You know, where do we want to be living, right? So we have a very clear vision, right? And, you know, one of the things that we learned in MLMs is the importance of that vision. Unfortunately, it wasn't the right industry for us to achieve those goals. And we realized those at the top, although they were promoting their lifestyle, none of them were traveling. None of them had time freedom. And that's our goal. None of them were traveling the world doing all these fun things. And that's what we want. And that's why we're here to inspire all of you by showing you, look, you can do that. You can create that income here from real estate and create any lifestyle that you want to create. You know, we're very clear about what it is that we want. We know that we are going to be buying, you know, our own private acreage land by the water, some crazy amount of acres. We're going to be custom building our house, living on this private estate, living self-sustainably. Like we know that, like raising our family out there, homeschooling our kids, like we have a complete vision. You know, we don't know where yet, but we know that that's the vision. So everything we're doing is working towards that. And then the step before that, what do we need to create before that, right? Is time freedom. We want the time to enjoy the things that we love to do, to pursue the things that we care about, right? Obviously, money is a big part of that, but also it's about creating income, you know, taking income that's active and turning it passive, right? So for sure, in the beginning, in any business, it's going to take active effort. And what we're going to talk about today is how we've changed that active effort into now shifting into passive, because our goal is to build a machine. Our goal is to build a machine that runs with or without our efforts, right? To create $50,000, $100,000 a month, whether we're there or not, right? That was my goal when we were in an MLM. However, they did not support that idea, because for them, they wanted us to always continue to be in that system, no matter how high successful they were. But here, what's so beautiful is we can create that income, and already we can just go to the other side of the world and still do it. Like it was so much fun when we were in Italy, you know, when we were in Switzerland or France, or we were in Maldives, and we're just like on our phones, checking in here or there, but our business is still running, right? It is really a lot of fun. So if you can nail it down to 2 words, our big goal is time freedom. You know, money's going to come and go, but how can I create income that's going to continue to come in, right? And wholesaling, obviously for us, is just step 1. How do we build the cash reserves? You know, this was our vision from the beginning. How do we build the cash reserves to get out of debt, to get me out of my job, and then to pay for our lifestyle that we want? And then it's how do we go beyond that, right? How do we build real wealth? Because we don't want to just be rich. We want to be wealthy. long-term sustainable wealth. So I think that it's really important to have that intention every day of knowing what it is that you're working towards, something that really motivates you. And then, of course, finding those incremental things, right? Putting that vision of me quitting my job was such a burning desire for me that I really pushed myself, which we're going to talk about, and had to completely revamp my company to create results so that I could set the stage to leave my job and feel good about it, know that I could continue to create that income. So with that, that's what I wanted to share about. I hope it was helpful. I hope you take some time to really reflect on that. There's a lot of really good books I could recommend. Start with Why by Simon Sinek is a really fantastic book. I'm going to pass it over to Michelle to share.
Awesome. That was wonderful, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. All right, guys. So are you guys ready? We have some slides here for you guys. Make sure you put in the chat if you are ready to really get into the nitty gritty on how to achieve this time freedom, right? How to achieve building a business and still enjoying life, because it's not one, like we hear a lot of times like build your business and then live your life. No, you can do it at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people always ask us like, why is it that you travel so much? Like, doesn't that like interrupt or disrupt your productivity? And it's like, no, we actually get much more inspired when we're traveling and working at the same time. We feel so much more productive when we're constantly changing our environments, right? And not settling for a constant routine and like doing things over and over and over again. It just sometimes becomes very mundane. So every new place that we go to is a new routine. It's a new challenge. It's new people, new friends.
It keeps that why like right there. When we're looking out at the ocean or the beach, we go, this is why we're working so hard.
Yeah, exactly. When we get to like do a little bit of work, and then our night routine is watching the sunset in the ocean. Like, that's wonderful. Or when we pay $1,000 to go skydiving in Hawaii, and we can buy the videos and we can buy the photos, and we're like, man, this is why we do it. Like, that doesn't even touch our income. When we fly first class to places, or even when we went to Maldives, we didn't fly first class because it was like $10,000 for first class seats. And we're like, that's how much it costs to stay at Maldives. Let's just put that money there. And it motivated us. We're like, why are we not in first class? Like, why the hell? What is so different about this person in first class or in business class that is not us? We're the same people. God made us as equals. Why is it that this person can do this and we're not there? So it motivates us to be like, yo, let's keep grinding, let's keep working, and let's keep enjoying life so we can really enjoy the fruits of our labor and really enjoy the beauty that there is to offer in life, because there are some wonderful things in life, and when we travel around the world and we really see God's beauty and God's creation, you're doing yourself a disservice. And if you believe in God, you are not serving God and your purpose if you're just staying home in front of a desk all day. It's really important for us. If this is important to you, it's important to go out and see the world. It's so important to really be curious, right? And humble. Curiosity and humility are two beautiful things that you want to have. And that's something that we have created in our travel journey, is we've been so curious to see the world and humble enough to learn from it as well. So we can't wait to share with you guys exactly what we did to be able to work a couple hours and travel. So you get ready?
Yeah. And by the way, it doesn't have to be expensive. We lived in Mexico for a year.
Yeah.
And we were living on the ocean with this huge villa, basically the entire complex by ourselves. And we were paying like $2,000-3,000 a month or something.
Nothing.
So it doesn't have to be this crazy thing that you have to wait for your kids to turn 18 and empty out all your savings. You can create this right now if you want.
Exactly. Yes. All right, guys. So let's make this happen.
Alrighty. So let's get this
Make
going.
sure. Can you guys see this?
Let's see.
Yep, it looks beautiful.
Looks beautiful. Okay, let's start from the
we'll just do
beginning.
here.
All right, guys. I'm also over here making sure you guys look good. All right, guys. So we are going to talk about workflow, scaling, and time freedom, and we can't wait to share with you guys a little bit about this. Okay. So there's 4 different groups of people here, and I want to see in the chat which one are you. And I'm going to have Paul kind of check out the chat on his phone. So group A, you're a brand new person, right? You have not done anything in real estate yet. If this is you, put A on the chat. Okay. Then you have group B. Group B are people that are doing the work, but they're just not getting results, right? You feel burnt out. You're like, yo, I'm talking to 50 agents every single day. I'm talking to multiple wholesalers every day. I'm doing the work. I'm working 8-hour days and I'm just not getting results. I'm not making my 10K a month. I'm feeling burnt out. If that's you, write B on the chat. Wow, there's a lot of A's. There's a lot of B's.
A lot of A's and B's.
All right. Group C, these are my people that are having success. You're seeing 10K months, 20K months, but you have no team. You're doing it all yourself. And if God forbid you take a day off, you have no deals. God forbid you take a week off. It's like you're starting over. If that's you, put C on the chat. Couple C's. Okay, great. And then there's my group D. These are the people that you have a team. Like, Michelle, I'm with you. Already have a team of 10, 15, 5, 3 people. But we're just not getting the results that we're looking for. We are just stagnant. Maybe we've been making 10K a month and 30% of that is going to your team and maybe some expenses like Privy and things like that. If you're in group D, write D on the chat.
It's mostly A's and B's.
Okay.
A couple C's and D's.
Okay, there's some people here. Okay. So it's looking like there's a good mixture of A and B, right? Mm-hmm. Am I feeling that?
Some people are both.
Some people are both. Some people are A and C. Okay. Mu and you're not having success. Okay. I see that. Okay. Wonderful. Guess what, guys? We have been pretty much in every group.
Yes.
And we came out on the other side and we can't wait to share with you guys how we did that. All right. So let's keep it moving. 1 year ago, let's talk about what our business looked like a year ago today. Okay. For myself, I invested into Astro in May of 2021, right? I was putting about 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, sometimes 5 hours a day in the course. So I was really aggressive. And like Jamil said, I threatened these people. So they were like, yo, just follow the course. If you follow the course, you're going to be successful. So I was like a student of the course. And if you guys are like, what the heck is the Astro course? Check out the link. You guys will be able to invest in it and see what we're talking about. So I was putting in a couple of hours into the Astro course, really learning and understanding their business model. Because something that they kept talking about was like, Astro has a specific business model that provides, a better way to wholesale, a better way to do real estate. So I was really studying the business model, which is the micro flipping model. So with putting in work into the Astro course and learning the micro flipping model, I was putting about 8 to 9 hours a day into my company. And what did that look like? I was connecting with 5 to 10 wholesalers, acquisition wholesalers, every single day. These were wholesalers that were already doing the hard work. They were getting properties under contract. They were talking to agents. Some of my acquisition wholesalers that I connected with, they were spending money on marketing. I wasn't trying to do that. I rather, like Jamil says, connect with the people that are out fishing and I'll just get the fish. That's where I was, right? So I was doing a lot of that. And I was also adding to my buyers list. One of the person that referred me to Astro, Eric, when he was kind of coaching me in the beginning, he was like, you want to be dangerous. You want to have a good, solid buyers list of about 250 buyers. And I was like, bet. You already know I'm about to go in on these buyers. So I started adding to my buyers list. And my goal in the beginning was to just dispo 1 to 2 deals every single week and just close 1 deal a month. That was my goal a year ago. That's all I wanted. My goal was to just make 10K a month. I already had other businesses going on. I had a fitness company. I had a social media company. I had a credit repair business. I had a lot of different things going on. And I just wanted to replace all that money into one business and just continue to live our lifestyle. We were living in Mexico at the time. And we just wanted to take our life to the next level. You want to share about what you were doing a year ago?
Yeah, mine was simple. Very similar. Obviously, at first, I just let her do her thing, and then she proved that it worked. And I said, okay, let me get on this. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I just threw myself out there. And I was very blessed to have Michelle to be like, oh, you need to do this, 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 and this now. And that really helped. I was working full-time, a W-2 job. It was remote, so I was able to kind of fit in, doing business a little here and there. And then afterwards, but after a while, it got really overwhelming because my job took a lot of mental energy. This took a lot of mental energy, and going back and forth is like working 2 full-time jobs. Right. And I was doing the same thing, just using Facebook, reaching out to wholesalers, finding new buyers. And, we're able to create a lot of success with that. Yeah. So, it works.
For sure. So if you're new, my group A's, I feel like this is where you want to start. You want to start with the micro flip model where you're connecting with acquisition wholesalers that already have deals under contract, and you go out there and find some buyers. If you're just like, Michelle, I don't want to talk to buyers, I don't like talking to buyers, I don't like selling the deal, I'd rather be on the acquisition side, then you want to talk to multiple agents a day as well, which we'll get into that. Okay. So moving forward, this is what our income looked like when we were just a one-man, one-woman show, putting 8-9 hours a day. For me, in May, I invested into Astro, so I was already in the negatives because I did whatever I had to do to invest into that course. And then 1 month later, I did close my first deal. I closed 2 deals. I made $15,000. So I was excited. I was ready to roll, but I knew the business brain of mine that I had. I was like, if I could do it once, can I do it again? And can I do it again? And can I do it again? So that's where I was struggling. I was like, okay, can I make that 15K a month a second time? And in July, it said, nope, you not. One, I will tell you, is because I felt like I just wasn't worthy of it. I was like, this is too good to be true. If you ever felt that way, like I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up on welfare. You know, I grew up from poverty. Like that's where my family grew up. And that's the mindset that I grew up upon. And it took me a lot of years to really get out of that mindset and really prove to myself that I am worthy of being wealthy, that I am worthy of making abundant money and living an abundant life. So I feel like that third month, my mind kind of stopped me from achieving greatness again. So in July, it said nope. And then in August, I started to continue to grow. I started to continue to do the micro flip model and, you know, made another $4,000 doing the micro flip model. And then in September, I got scammed out of one of the acquisition wholesalers. He like took most of my assignment fee, no problem. I still made $2,000 and I was still working and grunting. And then in October, I really hit a hard point. In October, I only made $900 that month. Mind you, I had already left all my other companies. I had like small little gigs here and there, but I was making $900. And I remember we were living in Mexico and Paul, I was so frustrated. I was like, babe, I don't even know how I'm going to pay my cell phone bill this month. Like, I don't even know what the heck I'm going to do. And Paul, being the incredible man that he is, he was like, you know what? Like, he still had his W-2 and he was doing this. He was like, why don't you take a month off from paying expenses and I'll take care of all the expenses for the month of October. So that way you can figure out what you're good at. I'm really good at figuring out a system and a process and really growing a company. But I had so many distractions in my mind. Am I worth it? Can I make another 10K another month? Can I do this? Can I do that? And that's really where Paul came in and was like, I got you. Like, you just focus on you. So during this time, I was still doing the micro flip model. And I was still trying to figure out and transitioning to the agent outreach, which if you guys don't know what agent outreach is, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. If you haven't checked back to our secret agent challenges, I would recommend that you go back to those videos so you can learn what that workflow and what that process looks like.
Yeah. So, by the way, someone asking what micro flipping is, that's basically we're partnering with other wholesalers and then dispoing the deals for them.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any knowledge of how to get contracts ourselves.
Right. Not yet.
So at that point, so we said, all right, well, I have a background in marketing. She's very good at marketing. We're good with people. We're just going to dispo deals and then split the assignment fee. And so that's what we did. That's how I was able to get my first deal. Got it from an acquisition wholesaler. And I ended up helping move it through New Western. And then my second deal was this crazy one with an FHA loan, which was a crazy one that took like 3 months to get it done, but we got that one done. And then I helped actually move a plot of land where they're going to build 20 houses that are being built right now. So, you know, all that just through Facebook, joining Facebook groups and going in there. It's very easy to find buyers. Just, you know, it's not the only way, but you can find a lot of buyers through Facebook and you can find a lot of other wholesalers there. And a lot of them are good at acquisitions. They can get the contracts, but they don't necessarily know how to sell it. They may not be professional. Their profile photo may not be attractive to a buyer, right? Mm-hmm. They may not know how to present themselves. They may not know how to comp or do an ARV, but they got the property at a good price.
Right.
So you can come in and partner with them and build a team environment, which is a great place to start because you could partner with somebody who maybe knows what you don't know and you can work together.
Exactly. And for those of you guys that want to get more in depth on the micro flipping model, that is all Astro. We did not come up with it. That is the Astro flipping business model. So I would recommend, you know, clicking on the link, setting up a call with their team so that way you can figure out how you can get started a part of the team, and you can go through the 6-week course to really get a deep dive on the micro flipping model, because that's a whole nother course in itself.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. Talk to Mahmood. He's the expert on that stuff.
For sure. But the biggest thing with workflow at this level is we were on Facebook and networking with wholesalers, acquisition wholesalers, and buyers. So you can go on Facebook and be like, hey, I'm looking to partner with some wholesalers that have properties under contract but are having a hard time selling their deal. I have a healthy buyers list. Send me a message with your deals, or send me an email with your deals. Okay. Mm-hmm. You do that every single day and connect with 5 acquisition wholesalers, and every day just follow up like, hey, what you got? What you got? You got anything that I can help you move? You got anything I can help you move? You guys can do that. Today, we're going to share a little bit about what our business looks like today, but our acquisition wholesaler side of the business is now our side income. You know, like wholesalers that from outreach that I did in the past, they're still sending us deals, and it's not our priority right now because we have a machine through agent outreach. But man, just the other month, I made like 15 grand just off of wholesaler deals, not even including what we make with our main business model. So we're really excited to share about that too.
Yep.
Alrighty. So like I was saying, I was super frustrated. We were in Mexico, and I was just really upset because if you guys look, I was putting in 8-9 hour days, and look at the money that I was making. I mean, I know some people are like, damn, that's really good money. But remember, I am a full-time entrepreneur. I have expenses, and I'm living in a different country. It's not an expensive country, but it was still very frustrating. And put it in the chat if this is where you are right now, where you're putting in work and you're only making a little bit of money, or you're not really seeing a lot of fruit from your labor. If that's you, say me in the chat. I want to see who that is.
Me what?
Me that is them, that they're frustrated, they're putting in 8-9 hour works, and they're not really seeing progress.
Yeah.
So we got some people. Okay, that's a lot of people. Okay, so this is what happens, right? There's 2 types of people that this happens to, right? For the first person, okay, there's a lot of me's. For the first person, you're like, ugh, like, poor me, woe is me. I'm not making any money. Look at Michelle and Paul. They're over here ranking in the checks. I hate them. They're stupid bitches. Look at this guy over here. He's making all this money. I suck. Oh my gosh. Nobody cares about me. Nobody loves me. That's one person, right? Then there's the other person. This was me, where I was like, fuck this. I am worthy, honey. I'm here to make it happen. I know that I can make 10K, 15K, 20K a month. Okay. At the time I was like, what, 29 years old, and I'm not making 10K a month yet? Like, dude, you know what's ghetto? It's still cashing in your checks from your job. That's really ghetto, especially in 2022. Especially in this time of like the internet, and there's people making stupid TikTok videos and making 10K from their stupid brand deals. Like, that shit pissed me off. I am worthy. We are worthy. We know that we were destined for greatness. So that frustration led to motivation, right? And I became super frustrated. Paul was super struggling as well. And he was trying to figure out his job and the business, He took over my expenses for 1 month. He gave me 1 month to figure this shit out. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready to make this happen. So I went to the pool. Paul was like, you need some alone time. I literally remember this. We were in Huatulco, Mexico. We had a beautiful place there, and there was a pool. And in the pool, under the stars, I literally am floating on the pool. And I was like, God, sometimes you just got to go to God. Sometimes you can't tell yourself what you got to do. So you can't sometimes you don't take yourself out of the rut. God takes you out of the rut. So for me, whenever I'm feeling pissed off or frustrated, like, I go to God, right? And I'm laying in the pool, and I was like, God, I am ready to really step into the next phase and in the next level of my life. What do I need to do? Who do I need to attract? What is it that I need to manifest to be able to get there? And as I'm laying down in the pool, I literally go like this. And the first person that came up to my mind was this guy by the name of Trey Montoya. So Trey, he was actually one of my acquisition wholesalers at the time. And he also kind of posed as a buyer. I went back to our Facebook messages, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to Denver. He was looking too. So I remember he was sending me deals, and I was so impressed by how he sent me the deals. And I realized it wasn't about how I was going to scale my company and how am I going to do this and how am I going to make 10K a month. Is who am I going to manifest? Who is it that I'm going to attract? Who can come into my company or come into what I've created and help me take it to the next level? Who is it that has the same vision that I have of creating this machine, right? And put in the work so we can escalate and scale the business, right? Our motto is delegate to elevate. We wanted to elevate to the next version of our lives, or the next version of ourselves. So we knew that we needed to manifest somebody. So I manifested Trey. Paul manifested Fatima. And you guys are going to meet these people today. It's so important. Today, Trey is the COO of the company.
There are secret weapons.
They truly are secret weapons. We're not the secret weapons, trust me. They really are. And how did we attract them? Trey came through wholesaler outreach. Remember that workflow that I was talking about in the beginning, where I was talking to 5 acquisition wholesalers every day? What you got? What you got? What you got? Trey would be sending me deals. You know, how did Paul manifest Fatima? He was sharing his wins on Facebook. You want to share a little bit about that? Yeah.
That's not me. Like, I'm not the type of person that wants to post about all this stuff, about what's going on in my business, or that I closed this deal. But Michelle's like, you got to share, people need to know about your wins. It's important to put it out there. And so I did it. And by doing that and putting that out there, that's how I attracted Fatima, where she came to me and said, hey, can we work together?
Exactly. Yeah. Paul is not the type of person to be like, hey, look at me. No, I was like, but again, I always share. We don't share to brag. We share to show what's possible. We share to attract other people at that level, at that vibration. So if we're putting out high vibrations, we're going to receive high vibrations. Mm-hmm. If we're putting out low energy and low vibes, we're going to receive low vibes. So because we always put out high vibe stuff, we share our wins, we share our daily habits, we share our daily workflow, we share a lot of high vibe, high energy things. We attract these people. So a lot of people are always asking me, how is it that you found Trey? How did you find Fatima? My vibration is up here. I sent it out. Trey's vibration was there. He brought it back. And now we're just vibing high. We're vibing high. Does that make sense? Are you guys feeling good? I'm over here looking at the chat.
Off screen.
Yeah. You guys feeling good? Does this make sense to you guys? All right, let's move forward. Okay. So I want to make sure you guys understand, and I'm going to have Trey and Fatima talk about their workflow. We're also going to have one of our acquisition leaders. Her name is Sharon. She's right under Trey. Trey's the one that really works with her. So they're going to tag team and talk to you guys about what is it that they do and things like that. So from October 2021 to current, we hired an acquisition manager. That was the next step for us. Trey and Fatima, they took over the operations and the acquisition side of our companies. So they're the ones that are talking to the agents. They're the ones submitting offers. They're the ones signing contracts. They're the ones doing everything. What does that give to us? It freed up our time. And for me, in the company and in the market that I'm in, and the company that we're building, we're in the Colorado market. So at the time when I transitioned into working with agent outreach, I was only doing 5 offers a day. And unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but that was not enough. And that was back then. Don't even talk to me about the numbers we're doing now. Trey, I'll let Trey talk about that. Right. But back then I was only doing five offers a day. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a slow comper. You can ask Trey. I take my precious ass time. I'm very analytical about it. Make sure it doesn't cross no busy roads. I'm like a Jamil comper. Jamil's just much faster because he's a pro. But I really take my time and I know how to analyze potential. So I was only doing 5 offers a day and I was only getting 1 contract a month. That was not okay for the level that I wanted to get to. So I realized man, this is not my strength. But I can sell deals though. So I found someone like Trey who had incredible talents and incredible gifts on scaling, building companies, creating speed, comping, writing offers, crunching numbers, all the things. And they helped us take what we were doing and send out 4 times the amount of offers we were doing solo. So that freed up our time. It took us away from the grunt work. It's in the morning, we didn't have to send offers because Trey is 7 a.m. I'm seeing email after email of him sending offers to agents. Mm-hmm. So they came in with gifts and talents that we did not have. We attracted people that had amazing talents that we didn't have, and we brought out the best in them. And we provided them with a structured company to thrive in. Because when Trey and Fatima came in, we already told them, this is what your daily workflow is going to look like. This is how the company runs. These are the agents that we're connected with. I already have a buyer. What is it that you can bring to the table? They brought organization. They brought more structure. They brought more scaling. Trey brought Trello into our life and organization. And the good thing is that because they're so incredible as to what they're doing, we didn't have to micromanage them. right? And Paul and I are not the type of leaders. We're not helicopter leaders. Like, we're not helicopter managers or owners. Like, we're not going to be texting you to see if you're working today. Like, if you don't want to work, that's on you, boo. And you go do you, and I'm going to do me, and the results will show. The proof is in the pudding. So that's one thing that we never have to do. You were going to say something?
No, keep going.
Okay. And then after we provided that, they were able to thrive and grow, and we grew a team under them for them to manage. We provided them with people that we already network with, because that's something Paul and I are really good at, is networking. Because we were in network marketing for 23 years total. So we network with agents. We network with acquisition leaders like Sharon, and we get constant applications all the time. So we provided them with that network, and we gave them the opportunity to interview, to ask questions, to understand what is it that they're looking for people under them, that they can grow, that they can manage, that they can help and train. So that way it can elevate and grow their success as well. So we are looking for leaders. We're not looking for followers. We're not looking for, community is beautiful, but we're really looking for leaders, people that can lead themselves, people that can do things themselves. Because Paul and I would rather throw ourselves out of a plane in Hawaii than like sit down and check and watch you send offers. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. And especially if you have children, do not spend your time comping all day when you can be spending time with your family. Honestly, people's busy schedule of going here, going there, at this mastermind, at this event, doing this, and their wife is at home doing nothing with their kids. That shit is disgusting. It is not something that you should be promoting on social media. It is not cute, and it is not nice, okay? What you should be promoting and sharing on social media is the importance of family, the importance of time freedom, the importance of and elevating your soul and growing your spiritual life, versus showing off that you're working 15, 18, 19, 20-hour days. Ain't nobody like that. Your busy schedule does not impress me. It honestly demotivates me. I really just want to save you. And this is what's important to us. This is what's important to our family. Like, I'm kind of pissed that Trey, is his anniversary. He's on. You should have told me. I would have told him, forget it. Ain't nobody gonna see Trey today. It's his anniversary. He should be doing anniversary things. Okay. So anyways, I could go all day about that. Anything else?
That was well said.
It's just so important to us to be able to live life and just delegate to elevate your life. That's the main topic. Okay. So here are the results of growing our team. You guys remember that shitty income that I showed y'all? This is looking like I was on welfare, y'all. Like, again, based on where I wanted to be. This may not be welfare for you, but it was welfare for me. Okay. So the results of growing our team, part 1. What is our daily workflow now? We wake up at 8 a.m. and we cuddle. We do nasty things in the morning, honey. Okay. We go to the gym. Health is so important to us. Okay. We work out 4 days a week. We do personal training now on Thursdays, and it's so important to us. The only person I text in the morning is Trey, because he texts me like motivational text messages in the morning, and it pumps me up. But that's it. All the other hoes, they not gonna hear from me because I'm at the gym. Okay. We have breakfast by the lake every morning, and we just talk about what are we grateful for today? What are we excited about today? Right? And our team, they're working and they're loving it, and that's beautiful. And then we start work at noon. From 12 to about 3:30, 4 o'clock, we work 4-hour days. We are so passionate about that. Ain't nobody trying to work 8, 9, 10 hours a day. If that is you, that is wonderful. I don't find it productive at all. Like, I'm not productive 8 hours in. If I need to do a little bit of extra work, there are days where I'm like, you know what, I'll put in a little bit of extra work when my phone is not blowing up. But most of the time, we're working 4-hour days. Our other workflow is we disposition and we sell our deals. We follow a very strategic disposition process. Okay. For my Astro students, you already know that the disposition process is in the Astro course. So if you're not in Astro, make sure you guys sign up and learn what the dispo process is. And then we do monthly coaching calls with the Astro community. So we'll be able to share with you guys a little bit more about that as well. Okay. We empower and we communicate with our team. I text Trey every single day. Paul and Fatima text every single day. They just communicate and they do their thing. Right. We travel and live our nomad lifestyle. It was one of our joys. Our lifestyle, it is our joy. And we love to travel and we love our nomadic lifestyle. Right now I'm planning Paul's 34th birthday, and me and my assistant have been on the phone for an hour and a half. We have another hour and a half call, just booking and planning and doing this and this activity and this and that. And he has no idea. It's a surprise for him. So we love doing that and booking fun activities. And what are we going to do this weekend and that weekend? Some weekends we just want to be couch potatoes, and we feel so good about that. We don't feel guilty. We feel so great about it. We love spending a lot of time together. As you guys know, we're always together, and it's beautiful. And we spend a lot of time also thriving and growing in our spiritual, physical, and internal lives. That is super important. Mm-hmm. So 4-hour work days, doing that, here's our income growth. As soon as I hired Trey in November 2021, we grew to $49,000 that month. In December, to almost $10,000 a month. In January, we OD'd during the holidays. So in January, we closed $43,000 in profit. In February, $7,500 while I was living in Hawaii. In March, when I took 2 weeks off to celebrate my birthday in Maldives, Dubai, and Italy, we still made $15,000. In April, we went to the Astro flipping mastermind, and we learned so many different things. Still working 4-hour work days. In April, we cashed out $32,000. In May, we cashed out $20,000. Consistent 5-figure months with less work. Put some fire emojis in the chat if this is what you are manifesting today. If this is what you are manifesting right now, put some fire emojis in the chat and just be like, Lord, this is what I'm manifesting right now.
I don't want to share something while that's going on.
Yeah, I want to see the chat over here.
So something that's really important to Michelle and I, that I noticed this when I was younger, is that when we honor our internal selves, when we honor our bodies by going to the gym, taking care of our spiritual life, having our life in alignment, our business always grows. And I noticed this back when we were in MLM, and now we've really taken it and put an action behind it. Now it's like, we're always leveling up in our personal lives and our relationship. Michelle's like, all right, we're going to start working out harder. And then she's like, we're going to get a nutritionist. We're going to get a personal assistant. We're going to start personal training. And we're always looking at how can we elevate personally in developing ourselves, because as we do that, our business, our income always levels up.
Right.
And so there's a very strong correlation there. So if you're in a place where you're feeling self-doubt or you're feeling like not worthy, go and do something hard.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan, and he talks about like, he works out so hard every day that everything else is easy. So do some things, especially first thing in the morning, that are hard, that will challenge you, and everything else is easier in life, and it's a great way to squash those negative thoughts, right? Because first thing in the morning, it's very easy to have those negative self-doubt thoughts. Go kick your butt in the gym, like hard for an hour. You're going to be feeling really good about yourself. It's much harder to feel bad.
Right.
And it's much easier to go into work feeling ready to roll, ready to, kick some ass. So.
Right. Exactly. And I just want to piggyback what Paul is saying is, I feel like every 90 days we're ready to level up, and your body feels it. Your soul feels it. When things are like unfamiliar, what used to excite you before doesn't excite you anymore. What used to be like fun and exciting just isn't fun and exciting. Or maybe when you feel like you're not working at your optimal level, it's time to level up. And you need to figure out what that is for you to be able to level up into your lifestyle. For us, like he said, it was hiring a personal assistant. It was hiring a nutritionist, because we love food. Okay. We love to eat, but eating out all the time and not eating the right foods was keeping us sluggish. So immediately I hired a nutritionist. That is a pretty penny every month, but it's so worth it. We started doing CrossFit. We've been working out for many years ourselves, but we were like, let's elevate our workouts. We started doing CrossFit, and we just needed to elevate. We were living in Hawaii, and in Hawaii, we didn't really feel like we were pursuing what we wanted to do to take to the next level. So we were like, okay, where do we need to go next to take shit to the next level? Immediately we said Arizona. So we left Hawaii early, and we came to Arizona. I know that sounds backwards for some people, but you have to do what makes sense for you. You have to be so self-aware and know yourself so good that when your body says, hey, dude, it's time to level up, you're like, got it. And you know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. If you haven't spoken to us in a few months, you might not recognize us.
Yeah.
We're just always elevating.
I know somebody said, you look so different. I'm like, yeah, we are always elevating. So it's really important.
Keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. All right. The results of growing our team, part 2. Again, our workflow. We have lived while working 3 to 4 hours a day, Arizona, Colorado, Tennessee, California, Hawaii,
Twice.
Italy, Hawaii twice, Italy, Dubai, Maldives, Mexico, and
All
more.
over Mexico.
All over, while making the incomes that we just showed you.
All virtually.
All virtually. All here.
We don't go on walkthroughs. We don't meet with our agents. Like, we've gone to our market for the first time a month ago.
Exactly. I met Trey for the first time a month ago. It was beautiful. And we just met Trey and Fatima. It was beautiful. And we're currently in Arizona right now, still working 3 to 4 hours a day. Time freedom, less work, more results. What was the answer to our frustrations? It was who. Who is it that we needed to attract? Now, how do we need to work harder? Or what do we need to do to get this, do that? Okay. Moving forward to current, in June, we had a 15K month. July, we had a 30K month. And August right now, currently, we're at a 50K month. Consistent, big 5-figure months. And guys, this is only year one. This is only year one in our business. Now, to add some context, yes, Paul and I were in network marketing for 10 years each. So we do have some experience in building teams. If you're ever in network marketing, you understand that. We do have experience with processes and systems and structure and marketing and sales. So we do have some experience of that. Okay, I'll take that. But still, guys, if you put that in your mind that you will get results in 1 year or 6 months from now, this is where I'm going to be, you will attract exactly what it is that you put onto the universe. When I threatened the Astro people, they told me, if you just follow the course in 1 month, you'll close your first deal and you'll make that money back that you invested. I said, if I don't make my first deal in 1 month, I'm coming after you guys. I will do whatever you guys show in the course because I am a student. Naturally, I'm a good student. So I will do that. And I literally told myself, and I did it. And now I told Paul, I said, we do not make anything less than 30K every month. That is not okay. 30K months is our standard. And because of that, the past 2 months have been over 30K months. And now we just want to keep it consistent of 30, 40K months for the next few months. And starting in the next few months, like towards the end of the year, is 100K months. Next year, 150K months, 200K months, 500K months. Our ultimate goal is $1 million to $2 million a month. That is our ultimate goal. It doesn't only have to come from real estate. The greatest thing is because we've set some big goals, we have also attracted other streams of income, which has been really exciting.
Yeah.
But we are huge believers that we want to be a product of the product. The reason why I love Jamil, and you guys see my ads rolling out and stuff, and I've been getting some nasty comments, but a lot of people talk shit that Jamil just makes most of his money from the Astro course and this and that. Listen, trust us. We have been around people that only make money from education systems, okay?
Yeah.
Jamil makes so much more money from the product, which is wholesaling, real estate. That's what he does. We did a lot of research before we did into that. And we want to be the same. Yes, we make some money from affiliates. Yes, it's beautiful. Literally is sitting in an account rotting probably. Like, I don't even know what it's doing. It's just sitting there. I said, Paul, let's not even look at that money. We want to be a product of the product to show you guys that our main income does come from real estate. It does come from wholesaling. And I really believe that this is the best way to achieve financial independence and growth and a cash cow is through real estate. So we're really, really excited about that.
Before we get to that, one thing I want to add, just please remember, right? If my mind is not right, nothing is going to work. Right. If I don't believe that I can get a deal done this month, I truly will not get a deal done.
Right.
If I'm coming from a place of lack and desperation, my buyers will notice it. My wholesalers will notice it. My agents will notice it. The sellers will notice it. Yeah. So if your mind is not right, you got to take a step back and fix that. And I don't know if it's something in the morning, but getting that right is so important. Because when my mind is right, I am attracting abundance. And when it is not, I'm going to sit in that lack. So it's something that I've personally learned from. Michelle is much quicker. She can go through it in a day, go through that. And the next day she's ready to, move on. I remember one time, like she had this breakdown around finances. And the next day she started a new company. And I was like, wow, that's a quick turnaround.
Because ain't nobody got time to be moping and groaning and crying.
But if that's not you, that's okay. But at the same time, like take that mental health check and figure out what you got to fix and what you got to work on. Because if that's not right, the rest of your company will not be right. And you're going to continually be working in a pattern of lack. And nobody wants to be working with somebody in lack and desperation.
Exactly. Desperation is a big thing that a lot of desperation energy is what we see a lot in real estate. And so And I feel like it's because a lot of people are desperate for money, and we get that. But it's so important to really, like he said, really tap into the inner, so that way you can really attract abundance, and you attract people like Trey and Fatima. People always ask us, how do you find amazing agents? We are amazing people, and we attract people. We don't chase after anything. We don't look for anything. We literally just attract it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk about this.
Yeah. So the next thing we're going to share about, which people always ask us, is what our company structure looks like. Okay. Let me put this over here now. Okay. So it's a very small team. As you can see, we don't have 150 million people under our team. We just have a very simple structure. On the left, on my left, is myself in the Colorado market. We have Trey, which you guys will meet. He is the new COO of the company. So he's basically part owner, and he runs all the operations and everything like that. Under him, he has 3 acquisition leaders. He has Sharon, which you guys will meet. She is mainly in charge of Privy. We have James and Josh that cold call listing agents, and they get off-market deals. And then we have 2 of our top agents. We have Taylor in Colorado Springs, which we do multiple deals a month with her. And we have our top agent, Andy, in Denver. And these 2 agents, they rep us in all of our deals. They have proved themselves that they can get properties under contract every single week. With Andy, we get 3 or 4 every single week. With Taylor, we get 1 to 2 every single week. And we close multiple deals with these guys. With Andy, we've already closed 3 deals this month. As an agent, what agent is closing 3 deals in the traditional world? None. None. Okay. Taylor is a new agent, and she was open and willing to learn, so we taught her how we do business, and we asked her if she was willing to be able to represent us on these deals. Yes, we may not come at the price that her traditional clients may come in, but we walked her through what the appraisal rules look like, how we comp. And now whenever we need big 50, 60, 70K price drops, Taylor is on it. Andy, I'll have Trey talk about Andy. He's a wizard. He gets like 100K price drops. I don't know how he does that. Don't ask me. But these guys get it. And these are the who's in our team that we attracted. They understood the vision, and now they're reaping the benefits and the results. Okay. Mm-hmm. Paul and I also do dispo, like we said, but we are training a disposition manager right now. Her name is Ronnie, and she's doing an amazing job. She's just getting started. Mm-hmm. She has already grown like hundreds of buyers in Colorado and Tennessee. Every morning she texts us any new deals, and we send her all the deals that we have, and she does what she needs to do to be able to dispo them out. She brings us feedback from different buyers. She lets us know what buyers need, what they're saying, what they need to be at. And at the end of the day, she sends us a recap, and it's wonderful. You want to share your structure?
Yeah. And 2 things to notice. Notice how we have everybody reporting to our managers.
Yes.
Not to us.
Right.
We have people that are the buck stop, or whatever the word is.
The buck stops with them.
Like, exactly. They are able to handle and truly manage and run and work with these people, so that we don't have to do that. So that we can be out of that day to day.
Right.
And then, of course, like I said, we're building a machine. So Ronnie is still new. Our goal is to train so that eventually we don't have to be doing all the dispo.
Right.
When we're not when we're chilling in Maldives and a property gets under contract, we don't have to like get out of the water and go sell it. We can have somebody do the dispo for us, because right now, typically that's the case. As soon as there's a contract, we have to jump in and get in there. So I have very similar structure. We got, some great acquisition people that are doing not just Tennessee. I also help find properties in Colorado, might as well. And we have some new people coming in right now. And then we have some bomb-ass agents like Ryder. And then this guy, Jacob, who's just, every time I've asked him for a price drop, has gotten it. And here's something really cool. He actually goes out of his way that when I get properties under contract, I didn't even know this is a thing. He actually is out there working with his own investors, and he's trying to help me sell the deals. Yeah. So we actually just signed a JV contract on a deal where he not only helped me get it under contract, now he actually wants to help me sell it and split the assignment fee. So it's a pretty amazing that this is a team effort that we're creating here.
Right. Exactly. All right, moving forward. All right, so obviously the proof is in the pudding, right? We can show you guys, we made this month, but we just want to show you guys some HUDs. I don't know if you guys can see it, if we can
no, don't do that. No, but you can just say it.
Hopefully you can zoom in, okay? One of our biggest assignment fees we just showed here. Most of these came from Privy, guys. So we're going to show you guys and introduce you to our Privy girl, Sharon. She is amazing, and what her daily workflow looks like for her to be able to bring these big deals. But we have $7,000 here on the top left. Here's another one, assignment fee to Prosperity Estates that we just closed, $25,000. Here is another big one, Prosperity Estates, $24,000, $14,000. This was a $40,000 deal that we got to split with Serial Developments, which is Eric's business.
This was when we just closed. It was 35,000.
Yeah, Paul just closed a 35K deal. We got another 10K deal on the right, and then here's another 20K deal with another guy that we closed. So
these are all this year.
This
Many
is
of them
all
recent.
this is all this month, last month. It's incredible, guys, what you can be able to do. If you just do the math, this is some people's yearly salary, and this is what we make like 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, we don't have any VAs. All these are business partners that we work with.
Yeah, so we have amazing disposition wholesalers too that we work with. Yep. It's all part of our dispo process. We just make sure our deals get closed and we cash out big. All right. And then, of course, the last thing, we want to spend the last few minutes here to introduce you guys to our secret weapons. And we're going to share with you guys, they're going to share with you guys what their daily workflow looks like and what they did to help us scale our company to where it is today. So we're so excited to bring them up. Emily, if you can have them come on, that would be amazing. We want to introduce you guys to Trey, Fatima, and Sharon. So give some fire emojis on the chat for the secret weapons. Hey!
Hey!
Wait, hold on. Let me exit because I'm still in the slides over here.
Hey!
Look at my beautiful people.
Wow.
You guys are really good looking.
Good-looking people in our crew.
Yes. Yes.
First things first, it is Trey's wedding anniversary. Wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
It's Trey's wedding anniversary. So put some hearts in the chat for Trey. Can you share what you...
He's married.
And he's married.
Yeah. He's married. That's funny.
Don't be trying to flirt with him, boys and girls.
That's funny.
Can you share what you just got your wife for her wedding anniversary?
Oh yeah. So we just bought her a brand new car. Yeah.
I don't want a car.
Not some Toyota, something nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A really nice car. Yeah.
So exciting. So guys, I'm so excited to have you guys on here. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us, your wedding anniversary with us. I mean, you guys are really awesome. So these are our secret weapons, guys. Honestly, Paul and I are really not a big deal. We're just beach bums and we just like to work out and throw ourselves out of planes. But these are the guys that really keep the company afloat. And the beautiful thing is, they're also living their beautiful life as well. They love doing what they're doing. So why don't we start off with Trey first, obviously. Also give some love to Trey. He just got promoted to COO, from operations manager to COO. And he hasn't even been working with me for a year, and he just proved himself, and it just makes sense to do it. So Trey, I really want you to kind of walk people into a day in your life. Sure. I'm the COO of Prosperity Estates, which is our company in Colorado. What is it that you do from morning to afternoon? Like what does your daily workflow look like?
Yeah. It's kind of similar to Paul and Michelle's, to be completely honest. It's a little the opposite though. I've always waked up super early. So I just wake up early, get a little workout in, and then honestly get straight into the laptop. I feel like I get, my mind is like 100% in the morning. When I can just really focus and dial in. And so I get a majority of my work done before noon. And it works out really well because, Paul and Michelle's schedule is afternoon is when they really start working. So by the time I'm done with a lot of the acquisition side of stuff, we can jump into the dispo side of things and actually grind it out together. But yeah, I wake up pretty early. And around 7:38, I start hitting my email. Sharon's sending me a lot of deals. I got deals from agents, and typically on a typical day, we process anywhere from 30 to 50 deals a day. And so, one thing that a lot of people, they see Michelle Paul and I's and all our team success, and they're we want that, you got to put the work in.
Right.
You got to actually do some deals. Michelle mentioned that before, a year ago, she could get through 5 offers a day. Now we have to get to the 6-figure months to 5-figure months. You got to put in the work, and it's really this is kind of off topic, but a lot of scaling is not so much like I'm talented or Michelle's talented. Like, we're just everyday people. There's nothing really special about us. Real estate is a numbers game. You're gonna get in what you put out. So and so yeah, I analyze about 30 to 50 properties every single day, and usually I'm done with that around noon, and then Michelle and I just discuss deals, get them sold, and cash checks.
No, a lot of people are asking, because I guess this is where people get tripped up, is are you comping all 30, 50 deals that you're getting with Saran and agent?
Yeah, so I am comping every single deal. And for me, I like to have 3 to 5 comps per deal. So regarding numbers, you want your numbers to be super good. You want to be confident that the offer you're sending is going to sell if you are to get accepted. So yeah, I comp 30 to 50 deals a day and send offers on all of those.
Exactly. Yeah. So Trey's just a machine. I guess you're just quick with it because you have a lot of experience as well too.
Yeah. And so, one thing is one thing that may set people back is they overanalyze too much a little bit. You could almost be too analytical. If you're wanting to scale, you could almost be too analytical to where you are your own crutch. And so, I'm not every single property that I comp is like 100%, but it's pretty damn close to being. Obviously, it wouldn't work if I wasn't. But our numbers are typically right on. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it even more. It's pretty easy. Comping for me is, if you've done it, it's just about reps. Just like in the gym, if you get your reps in, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get stronger. You're gonna, do it right.
But tomorrow is going to be totally focused on comping. So all your comping questions will be answered by Mahmoud, the master, tomorrow.
Yeah, he's a master. Yeah. I saw another question here. Someone is asking. How do you work with a contractor? Yeah, well, contractor stuff is relevant, but our agents are writing up all those 30, 50 contracts, right? Like they're.
Yeah. So, those 30, 50 deals are from, we work throughout Colorado. So, Taylor is our Springs and Pueblo agent. So she handles the southern market for us. And so she'll write up and submit roughly 50 to 20 offers a day. And then Andy, who's our Denver, more northern Colorado agent, he puts in the work. He's sending roughly 30 offers, contracts to these agents every single day.
And he's a contractor as well.
Yeah. So he's actually one of my best friends as well. And he's a contractor. So honestly, you guys need to find an Andy. That's it.
I know he's a legend, honestly.
Yeah, so you want an agent that is not just gonna send the contracts, but is able to sell the listing agent, sell the sellers on your offer. You want them to and this is a big thing that was hindering us was we had a lot of great agents, a lot of good agents, but they weren't secret agents. They weren't the if I get 30 offers into Andy's desk, we're bound to get 2 or 3, and you want to be able to confidently know that when you're sending these offers to your agents, because if you're just sending offers for a long time, I was sending so many offers, 150 offers a week, And if you don't have the right agents, you're not going to get deals because they're not on the phone talking to the listing agents. They're not on the phone selling your offer to these guys. But through trial and error, we found Taylor and Andy, and they are the absolute best agents I've ever worked with. So
and again, it's something that Trey pointed out, right? Everybody wants an Andy, everybody wants a Trey, but we had to go through a lot of trial and error, a lot of agents. I mean, there was even an agent that sent an email to Trey that was like, I can't even handle your bandwidth.
Yeah, she was like begging to work with us. She was literally begging to work with us, and then when she got a taste of what that actually looks like, she was like, I'm gonna hop out.
I can't handle it. Yeah. So, going through a lot of agents, we
had multiple agents saying, you're ruining my reputation. You're out.
They're ruining your reputation, too much work. Okay, no problem. We just keep moving forward.
Yeah. And they say that, then move on.
Watch the Secret Agent Challenge 1.0 and 2.0 if you want to learn more about working with agents.
Yeah, it's really important. So I definitely want Sharon to share, and then we'll have Fatima, because Fatima and Trey have the same position, very similar position, but Fatima does things a little bit differently than Trey does. But I definitely want to introduce you guys to Sharon. She is our Privy queen. Okay, she is on Privy, and if you guys are not on Privy, make sure you guys sign up on Privy. There is a discount code there, so you guys should definitely hop on there. It's one of the best programs I've ever seen when it comes to being an investor and not having to be licensed, which is wonderful. So Sharon, thank you so much for being on. She is in Florida, by the way, and she works with us in the Colorado market. Florida, right?
Yes, Tallahassee.
Okay. Awesome. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your business side, and then I want you to transition and what your workflow looks like and how you and Trey kind of work together.
Sure. So I'm Sharon Thornton. I have been in real estate in one capacity or another for the past 19 years. So I'm a little different than a lot of people that are probably watching this, but I will tell you this, anyone watching it has a desire to do something in real estate, and it's a good space to be in. It really is. It's provided a lot for me and my family throughout the years. But if you're standing on the threshold and you haven't made a move, or you're doing all of the research, you can't do all of the research.
Right.
So at some point, you're going to have to take that step forward. Fear is the thing that stops a lot of us. Even someone who's been in as long as I have, fear will just paralyze you in a place. But you have to remember that fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. So I know a lot of people hate it, and we've canceled him, but After Earth is probably one of my favorite movies. And I know everybody thinks it sucks, but it doesn't. But in that, Will Smith says that danger is real, fear is not. Mm-hmm. So when you're making phone calls, nobody can hurt you.
Right.
When you're doing this bit, nobody's going to physically hurt you. You are not in danger. You're fearing. So step out of it and do your thing, move forward. But like I said, I've been in for 19 years. If my daughter is 19 years old, so there was some real motivation when I started this thing. And here we are. She'll be 20 next week, and she is a senior at the Florida A&M University, and will be graduating with a degree in computer science in December. Real estate made that happen for our family.
Wow.
So, yeah, enough of me. What I do with Trey on a daily basis is jump into Privy every morning and go through Colorado, just Colorado as a whole. So I focus on Pueblo, Colorado Springs, South Denver, Fort Collins, set the filters to make sure that we're getting the deals that we want, around 75% ARV. Right. And just go through, look at what's there. And there, Privy has a really cool comparables section. Right. So when properties come up, I will look through the pictures to see if something's outdated or something along those lines, but the pictures aren't that. It's important if you, because sometimes you'll find a home run that way. Mm-hmm. But with some of them, they look pretty good. It's just the person, for whatever reason, don't want to they don't want to deal with it. And there may be a problem that we can't see. So scrolling down and looking at those comparables is super important.
Right.
Just seeing what's around that area, what they have it listed for, what is going on in that area, and if there's some potential there. Don't overthink it. Just like Trey was saying, a lot of people, when they're comping, like completely overthink it and sit on properties for 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure it out. Nope. Look in that area, see what's happening as far as the sales go, and shoot it over to Trey. And you know, if it's something that I'm on the line about, because I have found myself sitting for a while, like, I don't know if I should send it. If I'm thinking on it too hard, and then I'm like, okay, I'm sending it to Trey because I know he's going to sort it out, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's kind of the flow for me. And I try to send at least 15 properties, but some days I get 6. You know, what I'm not going to do is just send anything just because I want to get to 15. You know, so I want to make sure that I'm playing my role as a team member and giving Trey things that he can work with. But he was really instrumental when I started. I started with them in March, and he was really instrumental in sending me feedback on every property initially, just to kind of get me in the flow of what they were looking for, what everybody needed, what the team needed for us to be able to move forward. And it did take a little while, because you do have to build that pipeline. You have to build the system. So with me working into the system, it was initially kind of hard. I look back at my I keep a Google sheet of everything that I send to Trey, and I look back at it, and I really didn't start being consistent until I think it was early April. And a part of it was what I talked about earlier, the fear of it all. Like, oh, this, I don't know, you know, the hemming and hawing, and not really doing it. But one day it just clicked, and I started just sending Trey stuff, and he started giving me all that feedback, and it was like, okay, we are a team, we can do this.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And just like I work with Trey, I also have areas of my own. I work in Tampa and in Atlanta. But the I had not been able to build consistency. And one thing that plugging in with Michelle, just hearing her speak this morning, it just further solidified why I vibrated toward this team, was because she was basically telling my story, like over a much shorter timeline, but just like, really? So she just know all my business and telling everybody.
And Sharon, I was on my way to Maldives, and she was like, "You want me on your team?" I said, I know. You're in. I just have to have Trey call you. So she had that confidence, which is awesome.
But that is how I ended up with the team. The consistency, me plugging into this team was going to force me to be consistent, doing the same thing every day. And I realized that as a person who had been in it for a while, and in my local market, I just started virtually in January. But in my local market, when I was looking for things virtually, shiny object syndrome is a thing. I had it bad. So it felt like I was sliding off the side of a building, just kind of grabbing for everything, you know? So it forced me to focus. It forced me to do the same thing consistently and wait for results.
Right.
You know? So.
Yeah, and I'd just like to quickly speak is Sharon has been absolutely amazing. Kind of what Michelle was saying previously is we're not the type of leaders that are going to just hold your hand. I firmly believe that the best way to lead is not holding someone's hand and just like for me, like I'm not a helicopter parent. My sons are going to need to figure out things on their own. They're going to need to make mistakes. But I'm going to be there to, when they do make those mistakes, I'm going to help. And one of the biggest things that we learned with the acquisition side is, and why Sharon is like the number one is because, when she wanted to figure things out, she would send stuff to me, give her feedback, and she just took that and ran with it. Right. She didn't take that and let fear creep in and just like, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I should stop being consistent. No, she took the, the feedback and just was extremely consistent. And she's been so consistent. And, as Sharon could speak on, the more she's, being consistent, the more we're being consistent as a team, the more fruits we're seeing, the more checks we're seeing. It's just one of those things. So I wanted to hit that because that's like a huge hurdle that I think that a lot of people hit, and they just don't know what they're hitting. They don't know what the bottleneck is. It's usually, and it's Michelle and I were talking about this about a week or two ago. Is like, man, we've went through hell over a year span to have what we have now, and to learn the lessons we've learned. But right now, I feel we feel very glad that we went through it.
I love it. I'm so proud of you guys. And we're going to come back to pay structure because I know a lot of people are interested in that. But I definitely want Fatima to share. Babe, you want to ask Fatima some questions? Because Fatima is Paul's acquisition manager and she is a queen. Okay.
Yeah. Fatima, do you maybe just want to share about yourself first?
Yeah, so I am actually 22 years old. I'm a student out at University of Washington. I found real estate in my third year and I was like trying to become an agent. And then I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. There's no way I'm taking these tests. It's not for me. And I started YouTubing and I found wholesaling and I was like, I'm going to get into it. And just by Paul said, manifesting and finding the right people, I was on Facebook. I saw Paul posting about his wins and I was like, this guy is cool. Like, I'm trying to get on what he's doing. So I reached out to Paul and I was like, let's work together. And he was really good at the dispo side and I was really good at the acquisition side. And we kind of teamed up and brought our skills and talents together and built what we have.
Yeah, we really didn't know what we were doing at first. We were figuring it out together. We were just using Excel sheets to track all of our offers. We were still figuring out how to do terms and we were still learning how to comp well, but like we were doing it in the beginning, like submitting 5 offers in a day, is really wonderful to start. And then we're like, how can we increase that? And then as we built a team and then, now we're Fatima, we're doing a trial run now. Fatima is handling so many people and we have all these different offers coming in.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is like, when we were in the beginning, we didn't know what we were doing, but we still put in that consistent effort of like trying to figure it out and not just like take a step back and like have that fear of like, we don't know what we're doing, so we're not going to do anything. We put in offers, we like canceled contracts, we like figured out what we need to figure out with those canceled contracts. So every failed contract was still a lesson and it worked out.
Absolutely.
I love it. And then you guys also have people under Fatima. Can you share a little bit about how that workflow looks like, Fatima? How are you receiving deals and like, what do you do on your day-to-day?
Yeah. So I started a little bit later. So I start around 10 a.m. and I'm going through emails. I'm going through all the properties that people are sending me. I personally do agent outreach. So I'm going through properties that agents send me. And then everyone on our team, most of them are doing Privy. So they're sending me about 5 to 15 properties each every day. So in total, I'm getting about like at least 50 properties from these people that I'm going through. In the mornings, I'm comping them. I figure out what number we need to be at. And if they're going directly to a listing agent, I'm going to tell them like, hey, get these answers questions. Let's see where we need to be at to get the property. And then for offers that we're submitting with our agent, I'll get everything ready. And then throughout the day, I'll find all the offers that we're going to have to put in that day. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to get all those offer terms ready, get the proof of funds, and I'm going to send them to our agent. So our agent, Jacob and Ryder, they're putting in around 15 to 30 offers every day. And I send them all at nighttime. So in the morning and throughout the day, they're putting those offers in for us while we're redoing the process of finding more properties for the next day. And it's just like a repeat of like rinse and repeat. We're sending offers, we're getting more properties. We're sending offers, we're getting more properties.
Wow. That's awesome. So awesome.
Yeah. And we have some badass agents and, the ones that do a great job, we're very grateful. We get to bless them and they made a lot of money with us. I mean, it's a very beautiful synergy that we create. Yeah. When we find the right people who understand what we're doing and they partner with us, we all get to bless each other, and we really care about these people. So it's a beautiful thing that we get to create this kind of synergetic energy.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys think that, Sharon and Fatima, do you guys think that, I guess, being a part of a team or a company that already had like a structured process really helped your growth in your real estate journey?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, it definitely did. And because like Paul and I were learning at the same time, we built that structure kind of together, figuring out like what exactly do we need to do with the lessons that we're learning to get to where we want to be. And we built that structure of like getting to where we are now. And Paul had that structure down and we just enhanced it over time.
Right. Awesome.
And for me, it was just a matter of I knew that I was missing something somewhere. So I have a lot of experience and a lot of history with real estate. It's not a whole lot that you can run by me that I can't help you with. So when I reached out to Michelle and Trey, one, the reason I came to Michelle and Trey is because I saw you guys in a different challenge and was like, with Trey, I want one of those. I want one of those. But also just the energy that that Michelle sends out, it was necessary. Like I knew that the wheel does not have to be invented twice. It had already been done.
Right.
So what I needed to do was figure out how I could plug into a system that I could help, that I could benefit, and that I could learn from. And you guys were a great fit for me.
Beautiful. And I know something that we were chatting about in our meeting yesterday that I want you to share is how has it helped you in your other businesses? Because you do other markets as well.
Yes.
Right. So what you learned with us helped you in your other companies?
Consistency. Like I said, shiny object syndrome was definitely happening. So I was shifting gears a lot initially. So I had to just get to a point, like one day it made all the sense in the world. The model is already working with another business that I am plugged into. Apply it to your own business, and that's just kind of what I did. So I started being able to submit offers and just organized in a way that made it possible for me to submit offers every day, to start getting that feedback, doing the agent outreach. And I am that C line. I'm definitely a one-man show now. When I say that, my husband is definitely very active in the business too, but he still has a 9-to-5.
Right.
So just plugging in and being consistent, and stop shutting down the shiny object syndrome. Stop looking at other things like, oh, that's pretty, let me do that. Let me apply. No, just do what you do. Like follow the guidebook, and be done with all of the shifting and switching, because it wasn't helping. Everything works, but you have to work one thing at a time.
Right. Right.
So that's definitely how it helped, being forced into a situation where if I'm plugged into someone else's company, and then I have to do what's necessary for them to be successful. And that was going through Privy and doing those steps every day, the same steps every day, making sure that I'm contributing. So why can't I do that for myself? And that was really helpful to kind of get me centered in that space.
Love it. Awesome. All right, you want to go into Q&A now? There's a lot of questions in the chat.
Yeah, sure. And so if you guys are wondering, if you didn't already get it, Trey, Michelle, and Sharon focus on the Colorado market.
Right.
So they're in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver. Fatima and I and our team are focused in Tennessee. So we're mostly doing Nashville, the surrounding areas, Memphis, and Chattanooga. And then we also do some work in Arizona as well.
Love it. And I know some people were asking about Trello. We do use, for our company, Michelle, Trey, Sharon, we do use Trello to basically organize our business and our properties and all that. Sharon has her own Trello board that she manages, and she sees all the notes and all the things. And Trey really built that out for her. So it's really awesome. Awesome. So you guys ready for some Q&A? I'm sure you have a lot of questions. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can put it in the chat. We're going to spend the next 10, 15 minutes to answer some questions. And then we'll wrap it up with some love. Yeah. Hey. All right, Emily, you want to help?
You have totally rocked this last
thank
hour and a half.
you.
That was so beautiful. I just wanted to talk to our viewers a little bit. Let's focus our questions on like everything they talked about.
Yeah.
If you have Privy questions, we can save that for the end. We have Benson backstage if you guys want a little time with him. But let's focus questions on like workflow and things that you want answered from Michelle and Paul. I just wanted to touch that.
Yeah. For sure. All right.
People want to see your Trello.
We do have a Trello template that I can drop in the chat. Maybe I'll send it to Emily so she can
Some
put it on
people
there.
don't know what Trello is. People are wondering what Sharon's daily workflow is with Privy.
She already spoke about that. She sends anywhere from 6 to 15 properties to Trey. And Trey goes over them. He runs the numbers, runs the comps, and he submits the offers to the agents. So Andy, for example. So Trey is really the one that runs the numbers. Sharon finds the opportunities. Trey analyzes the opportunity and sends the offers where it needs to be at.
If you want to learn about buyers, watch yesterday's Brittany's video.
Yes. So when you have agents sending offers for you, are they waiving their fee? They're actually an employee. I have my team go direct to sellers, listing agent. That's a great question. If you haven't watched our old challenges, then you really don't understand how we do things. But we are huge believers of having our own agents represent us and talk to the listing agent. Trey does not want to talk to the listing agent. We definitely don't want to talk to the listing agents.
Some of our act people go direct to listing agent though.
Yeah, some of our act people do go direct to listing agent, but our main business model is we have Andy, who is a buyer's agent. He's the one facilitating, talking to the listing agent to make sure that we get the property under contract and we get it down. He does not waive his commission. The seller will just have to pay double commission, which is it is what it is. You know, basically the seller is paying to do the work.
And that's why we have a badass agents representing us, because they are worth every penny.
Exactly. And, you know, buyer's agents, they fight for us. You know, they're on our side versus listing agent is really on the seller side. A buyer's agent has a fiduciary duty to us. And so we really feel that energy when we ask them for a 70K price drop and they're on our side. Whereas a listing agent, if we say, hey, we need a price drop because there's foundation issue, I found mold, there's a dead person in there, they're like, I don't care. I'm with my seller.
That's a real thing. We had a home that we found out like somebody was murdered in it.
Yeah.
And one of them was a meth house.
Yeah, exactly. And the listing agent wouldn't care. They would just go with the seller. Whereas our buyer's agent, they're like, these are obviously legit reasons. So we need a 70K price drop or whatever it is. So what is the best way to organize to start a team to get this kind of flow? It's a good question. Honestly, for us, it was pen and paper in the beginning. You know, it wasn't until Trey came on board that he introduced me to Trello and he kind of organized it for me a little bit. But I feel like a lot of people get too bogged down into like the systems and like which programs to use, which programs to buy. Sometimes all you need is pen and paper or some manila folders, you know. And then eventually I'll send Emily the Trello template so you guys can see that. Eventually you can transition into what works for you, because I know you don't use Trello.
Not my thing. I use it for personal stuff, but we tried it for business. It didn't work.
So what do you use?
We use Podio.
Yeah. So he uses Podio for that. But I'll have Emily drop the Trello template in the chat and see what's up. What is your compensation structure for scaling your team?
We just did what Jamil recommended. You know, we're paying our acquisition people usually 15 to 20% on the deals that they bring in, depending on their level of involvement.
Exactly. Yeah. So whatever deal Sharon brings to the table and we close on the deal that Sharon found on Privy, she gets 20% of the deal. And that Trey just got promoted to COO of the company. So he's now getting 50% and Trey is now in charge of paying people. So Trey's using his money to pay his people, using it wisely. He's about to hire his wife for social media as well. So he's using his percentage of the money into really bringing it back to the community. So it's wonderful.
And we had to do a lot of agent outreach to find the right agents.
Yeah.
You know, ones that truly understand what we're trying to do and that want to work with us. It's
Exactly.
all about finding that partnership, you know?
Right. So how many offers do you submit a day, and are all these on market properties? Yeah, Trey just said 30 to 50 offers a day. 95% of them are on market properties. How about you? Same thing?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, when I get properties from acquisition wholesalers, they're often off market.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these deals are on market. How did you interview your agents to find the right agents to send all your offers? A lot of phone calls.
Not only a lot of phone calls, but we explained to them how we want their daily workflow to go, right? So we told them we want to see 5 to 10 properties in our inbox every single day. And then we're going to send you the offer. We want you to write up the contract for us. We'll sign it, and you submit it to the listing agent. That is their daily workflow. How did we find out what agent was the right ones for us? The people that can keep up. The people that was sending us the properties, sending us those opportunities, and the people that was keeping up with the offers that we were sending. Because not only, were we getting properties from agents, we're also getting properties from Sharon. We're getting properties from our other acquisition people. And then Trey also spent some time scouring the MLS, scouring Zillow. He's on Facebook, also connecting with people. So when we bring these opportunities to these agents, the people that can keep up with the work ethic are the people that stuck, and the people that made it happen.
And the ones that understand. Some of them don't know how to comp.
Yeah.
Like they think they do, but then they're sending us comps and they're not really comps.
Yeah.
Right. Or they're not able to get properties under contract, and then others are. So it's the ones who can get stuff done too.
Right.
And each of us only have a few that we really work with, but they do well.
For sure. All righty. Any other questions?
So before we wrap up, I do want to put out there that we are still open to looking for some acquisition people. We're only looking for people that have experience. So if you're brand new, it's not really for you. We're looking for people who have actually done a deal, who know how to comp, we're familiar with Privy, and we're just looking for the right people. So if you want to apply, we'll definitely take a look, and we're just looking for a couple, whether it's in Colorado, Tennessee, or Arizona, that can help us bring properties. And yeah,
exactly.
But we're not here to coach you or micromanage you. We're here to just support you and encourage you and have you join us.
Yeah. So I see a couple of the questions here. Do you send multiple option offers, cash offer, seller finance, sub 2 offers? No, all our offers are cash offers.
Yep, all cash.
Okay, here we go. In regards to mindset, what is one thing each of you recommend doing? Specific book, affirmations, etc. This is a
question.
good one.
I mean, it depends on the person and what works best for you. I can definitely share what works for me. I know Michelle has a lot.
You can start, and then I can share.
I got to think about it for books, but in terms of actions, I think that prayer is a really big thing. Both in the morning and at night are both great opportunities. Journaling, I know Michelle loves journaling, doing a gratitude journal. I think that, like I said, exercise and taking care of my health, honoring myself, right? Because I truly believe how I do one thing is how I do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if I am accountable and honorable with my body, I'm going to do the same thing in my business. So I think there's that. There's other things I really love. I think being in nature is really powerful. Any kind of meditation. I'm really big into the cold plunges right now. So we found a place here that we can get into freezing cold ice buckets, and it's a beautiful experience. What other things do you want to share?
Yeah, so we do a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation. I love doing gratitude journaling. That's something. We also do affirmations. So I say my affirmations in the shower. That's just what works for me. I've been saying the same affirmations for like 5-10 years. I have it memorized. It's been the same thing. And then we also say affirmations to each other, and we write down just positive, good things for ourselves. Like, I am an amazing girlfriend. I am an amazing businesswoman. I am a great friend. Like, just talking good things about ourselves. Mm-hmm. In terms of books, we read different books. I mean, one of our favorite books was the one with The Surrender Experiment is a really great book.
Mm-hmm. Michael Singer, he's the one who wrote The Untethered Soul.
The Untethered Soul. It's a really good one.
Either one of his books are really powerful.
Really good one. There is also, obviously, if you haven't read the Bible, I would recommend reading the Bible. Of course, I've read the Bible many times, and there's so many amazing Bible verses that I live by that relate, whether you believe in God or not, whether you're a Christian or not, whatever religion it is, it's just life lessons, you know? So I think that's a really good one.
Anything by Don Miguel Ruiz, I think is really, really powerful. Four Agreements.
Yeah,
Anything by him or his son are really, really powerful books that are going to help you a lot.
for sure.
Oh, yes. And the You Are the Badass book, definitely read that. Great book.
That's a good book.
Wow, you guys. I think we can end it on that note because that was a beautiful note to end it on. Affirmations and daily mindset.
So
But go ahead.
I said it's so important. I think, you know, if you don't have that down, you can have all the money in the world, but you can still have all the money in the world and be so unhappy. I mean, unhealthy. You know, and we truly believe that having the soul right is what truly attracts abundance. And that's why we spend more hours in our day making sure that we're good versus working. And because it's very important to us to make sure that we're good.
Could you put up our social medias, or are they already up there?
Oh yeah, let me throw them up there again.
And the last thing I just wanted to thank, I don't know if are they still on, Emily?
Yeah, you want me to pull them up?
Yeah, let's just thank them and
Yeah.
all the things. Yeah. We just wanted to thank you guys for hopping on. You guys did such an amazing job. Oh my goodness.
Thank y'all.
We love you so much. Happy anniversary, Trey. It's gonna be
you.
Beautiful
We
year.
love y'all too.
If any of you want to do deals with
Happy
us,
anniversary, Trey.
yes.
Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, thank you guys.
If you have deals in Colorado, Tennessee, Arizona, send them over to us or shoot us a DM.
Those are the only DMs I like to get slided into. So
Yes.
slide into my DMs to give me deals.
I'm so done. Well, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of our team. Thank you for just blessing our lives. And we know that your lives are blessed too. People talk about our lifestyle, but you know, you guys have an amazing life too. Trey lives a beautiful life. Sharon, look at what you've done with your daughter. We got to hang out with Fatima and her family. It's just, they live in such a beautiful home, such a beautiful life. You know, we were in network marketing where our uplines, if you guys remember, lived a great life, and then we were the peasants, literally. And we just don't believe that. We truly believe in abundance. Like, I love wiring Trey $10,000, $12,000 when we close deals. It's like truly a joy to me. And I love seeing Trey send Sharon 4 figures. I love when Paul sends Fatima 4 figures, and we send you guys gifts and love, and we want to double that and triple that. And we truly believe that no one is above us. No one is beneath us. We are all equals, and we're all here to be abundant together and be thriving together. And we can't wait to continue to travel and continue to see you guys expand and grow and prosper. And it's a beautiful life.
And thank you, Emily and Jamil, for putting this together.
For sure.
None of this would happen without Emily's hard work.
Yeah, seriously. She works so hard.
Thank you guys so much. You know, Jamil wanted me to say, because he's been giving away 1 hour with the speakers to one lucky winner who took action during this challenge. So would you guys mind donating just 1 hour or 30 minutes of your time with one lucky person after this? Or not right after this, but we'll get it scheduled.
Oh yeah, whoever wins. What do they need to do to win?
They need to take action today. So they either need to sign up to Privy, go to Scale and Escape, you know, take action in their business and move forward.
Yeah. You know, I think this is whoever takes action and whoever the winner is, I think we can give them 1 hour of our time. And we can also, you know, have Trey show them his system and how he runs, all the things that people want to see, right? Have him see the system, Trello. We can have them ask us any questions. So yeah, we're totally open to that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yay! I love that. Thank you guys.
Everybody tune in for Mahmood.
Yes.
It is going to be amazing.
And John did such an amazing job.
Yeah, John and Brittany were so great.
Oh my God. All the things that she was doing, I was like, girl, I'll do that too. And that shit works. Okay.
All of you with questions about comping, go tomorrow.
Yes. And then Mahmood, we met him at the mastermind over Astro when we went in April. And he is a genius. Like, oh my God, he is amazing. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. All the comping question, especially comping in this shifting market and how your numbers should be adjusted. That's all going to be tomorrow. It's going to be wonderful.
Yes. Well, Michelle and Paul, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, my
It
love.
was just so good. I'm like at loss for words, and I say the same thing every time. It's like you guys just bless people, and you come with so much love and so many beautiful messages to share. And just thank you for being a part of this. And I'm so happy that we're in the same circle.
Same here, girl. We love you so much. We pray for you and your family always. You're always in my gratitude journal. I text you that all the time.
Yes.
We love who we have become to attract a friend like you. So we're so grateful for that.
Yes, we are.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I know. I think I texted you that. I was like, I'm just so glad I attracted. We're having a moment on this live. I'll call you after.
We love you guys. Thank you so
Bye,
much for having
everybody.
us.
All right, guys. I just want to bring Benson up here because he's been backstage with us the whole time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being
No problem.
amazing.
I learned a ton. Like where I'm worst is where Michelle and Paul are best. And so I learned a ton of stuff from them. It's been great. And just been answering some questions and just resonating with their message. It's been awesome. But yeah, if anybody has questions about Privy, there's some things here that I think are kind of universal questions that I think that I can answer for you guys. The first thing is the coverage, right? So we've got data coverage for the whole entire US. So you can do deals in northern Montana if you want to. You can do deals in the heart of Chicago if you want to. One of the things that makes us different from, say, like a PropStream or a Batch Leads, are both fantastic platforms, is they're more focused on the marketing after you've already kind of generated the list, right? That's kind of where they excel. We excel as far as generating current leads. A lot of them, like you asked, like with Michelle and Paul, on market, right? Like on market leads are the low hanging fruit. They're the leads that you can go and you can get deals closed this week with on market. And there are different challenges there. Like there's agent challenges, like a lot of the things that Michelle and Paul were talking about today that are easily solved. It's different than maybe what you're used to, because most of the time when we get into this business, the ones that attract us to this business are the gurus that tell us off market, off market, off market, right? And so, for off market, it's difficult. It's a long game, right? You're really kind of playing the follow up game. If you don't have a team or virtual assistant, or you're doing it full time, you're going to have a hard time making off market work, because it's all in the follow up, and it could be 3 to 6 months before you actually get somebody to respond to you. So you need good follow up and excellent CRM, close, like what John was using yesterday, or Trello, which I think Michelle uses. And so those, that you can do that. But with on market, it's that low hanging fruit. You can get those 25 offers out a day. The other way would be pretty difficult. So we've got the off market leads as well. You can get foreclosures, absentee owners, vacancies nationwide. We've got owner information, deed data, public record info about the house nationwide. Where we separate ourselves is that direct to MLS data. So we're the only platform that's going and getting into multiple direct to MLS data markets. And we've got 60 plus currently. I did put the link in the chat earlier, where you can see that coverage map. And that coverage map will show you exactly where we're currently at and where we're going. We're adding another 50 markets in the next 6 months. I just put that coverage map again in there. But don't get stuck. I mentioned this before. Don't get stuck in my market. If you're in a crappy market, don't keep banging your head against the wall in a bad market and expect different results. You may be doing the exact right things, but if you're in a market that doesn't have deals, you're not going to just create them out of thin air. The only way that deals are created, you guys, is if you're in a high investor activity area.
Yeah.
Deals are based off of a percentage of the after repair value. And after repair value is determined by renovated houses. So if you're in an area where there's no renovated homes, you're going to have a really hard time making the numbers work, unless you can find, an extremely motivated seller through off-market means, and you have to throw them a seriously low ball offer to make the numbers work. Those are those unicorn deals that are 1 in 1,000. Is that your best path to success? If that's what you're good at, maybe, but there's lots of things. So we're doing a training tomorrow. If anybody wants to get in a little bit deeper with Privy, even if you don't have it yet, I'm going to invite you guys to a training. You can just come see it in action.
That is awesome. Thank you, Benson.
You're welcome. It'll be tomorrow after the completion of this call. So I apologize. It's just when we normally do those trainings. You can
That's
schedule right
okay.
there.
If you can shoot me a link when we get off, I can email it out to all of them if you want me to.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if you can email that out. And Danny was asking, there is onboarding. So when you first sign up, there's a set of onboarding videos that set you the whole foundation up. And then we do 2 live trainings per week, Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern and Thursdays at 1 p.m. And that's the one that's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we do lots of training. There's lots of videos, onboarding. We do live deal finding sessions where we actually find deals live and give them away. That's how
Wow.
cool it is. It's so fun. So you should definitely check it out. A 30-day money back guarantee. We're giving 20% off your first month with the promo code there, and the promo code is SWC2022, and the link is there in the chat as well.
Yeah, I'll throw it up again for you guys. Yeah, guys, Benson is so active in helping you guys have the best success with Privy. I even like looked up your YouTube channel one time because I didn't want to call you and bother you. And I found your video that Brittany was referencing on how to find buyers. And I watched your YouTube video. It was like 14 minutes. I watched it and then I knew how to do it. And I taught my fiance, and it was like he's calling buyers, finding buyers for his business. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
so cool.
yeah, I love your YouTube channel. I'm always referencing it. I'll
Yeah,
link
and
it
it's
to you
just
guys.
in the YouTube channel too, is like I'm not necessarily selling Privy. It's like I'm using the tool, right? I
Yeah.
use it in my own business to go and find deals, and I'm actually doing virtual wholesale in St. Louis. I'm in Colorado, right? Michelle is having success in Colorado. I wasn't. So I actually decided to go and do virtual in a whole other market. And it's a little uncomfortable at first when you choose a market where you can actually go and see the property itself. But once you get used to how the data is served inside of Privy, you actually become more informed, better educated than people that live there by looking at the data. Being able to see
Yeah.
it with your own 2 eyes is not as valuable as actually understanding what a deal is in that market. And just the simple fact of you living there doesn't let you know what a deal is. The data does. The data is what tells the story. And so I can make you a local market expert in any area in less than a day.
Wow.
In most circles and the old fashioned way, it could take years to become up to speed on a local market. I was just on a podcast yesterday with a guy who's actually a friend of Jamil's. And I mean, he's done thousands of deals. And I showed him my market in St. Louis, and he was like, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe how fast I just became, up to speed on what's actually happening on the ground in a market I've never even been to. And he's been doing it for like 10, 15 years. So I can certainly help everybody here. Let's see here. What other questions?
I know somebody was asking about how it is in non-disclosure state, and Brittany was using it in Texas yesterday, and it was flawless. It was beautiful.
You're exactly right. So with non-disclosure states, it's tough, right? They only allow a certain amount of data to be shown. But when we have direct to MLS data in that specific market, then that basically goes away. Now you have like the same insight data as an agent or an appraiser would have. Now there are certain markets like for Arizona, for example, like we're not in Phoenix yet with direct to MLS. We've got third party. So like the bedroom data just isn't there, and right, and that's just something we haven't hit that mark yet. It's coming, but we have it for Tucson, and then Dallas in like Texas is a non-disclosure state. We've already got Dallas Fort Worth launched, Austin or San Antonio is approved and coming soon. We're in Oklahoma City, which is a market where that's non-disclosure. I saw we just got Boise um, approved, and we'll be adding that soon. So we're going to continue to add more and more markets. But what I want to emphasize here is you guys don't get stuck on your market. If you want to get going, just like Paul and Michelle, they don't live where they're doing deals. They just found the best markets and they're just directing their efforts and their teams to do deals there. You should do the exact same thing. Don't get stuck on, I can only look for deals where I live. That could be the largest contributor that will cause you to have to either fail or just not to get to what your goals fast enough.
Yeah, and not only that, like you could sign up to Privy and start working in a different market with a lot of activity and do the micro flip method. You lock something up and then you find other wholesalers to help you dispo it, or you use Benson's method and look for buyers. Like there's so many ways, you know?
You're 100% right. I didn't even conceive of that until Michelle and Paul told me their business model was they're just having Privy users find their deals for them. And I'm like,
Yeah, they
wait a
are.
second, why how come I'm not doing that? Right. And I just didn't see it, right? Like I've got my way of seeing things, and that's what a lot of us do, right? Like we've got our own paradigm, and sometimes it's hard to see another perspective until it smacks you in the face. And now I'm like, boy, anybody can do this. And that's why I got you guys, if you're proficient with Privy or you want to be, definitely go apply. The link for Michelle and Paul's acquisition team,
Oh
it's right
yeah.
in there in the chat. Do it. If you want to basically give yourself the best chance of succeeding, go and train for them. It's like being an intern, right? You're going to go over there and they're going to teach you all the best methods, the best processes, the best systems. They're going to give you all of their insight, and they're going to teach you how to be a ninja in this business while using Privy. And the proof is in the pudding. And Michelle said it, $100,000 months. Like how you can't argue with that, right? They showed you the HUDs, unless you don't believe them, but they're not going to come here and mislead you guys. They're actually doing it, and Privy is one of the key parts of their process. I wish I could say it's everything. It's just not. I mean, they're absolutely killing it. A tool is the tool, but if you don't use it, it's just going to sit on the shelf and collect dust. And we do have people that sign up for Privy that cancel. And what do I hear? Oh, I don't have time to use it. I didn't have time to learn how to get in there and
Mm.
and learn the system. And I'm like, well, those are the same people that aren't going to make it in this business at all. Because if they can't succeed with our system, how simple we make it, they're going to have a really hard time succeeding doing it some other way, because the low
Yeah.
hanging fruit is there. And Michelle and Paul have proven that if you leverage Privy and use it the way it was designed to be used, you can get the same level of success as them. And I know I want that. I want to be working from the beach. I know I'm stuck behind a computer too, right? So I'm an example of someone who wants to get to where they want to be, and they've done it, right? All you have to do is just emulate their success and do the same thing that they're doing. And Sharon and Trey and Fatima, like they're the perfect example of a team that you guys want to emulate.
I mean, Benson, we can get you a strong hotspot and stick you on the beach.
I would, but you know what? I create my own excuses. Like, well, how will I have access to my water bottle and my notebook and all these little things that make me feel safe? They wouldn't be
Well,
there on the
we
beach.
just get you a nice chair with pockets and cup holders.
Gosh, stop making sense, please. Just
I know,
you're
I'm
you're
awful.
killing me with facts here.
Aw. I'm seeing a lot about trainings, guys. Benson is doing a training tomorrow after day 4 of the secret weapon challenge, and I will get that link from him and email it out to you guys. So for all of you who signed up with us this week and who already have an account, you will have the opportunity to do that. So you will have the best success with Privy and you have the most support.
Yeah, definitely jump on that. And also, too, for those of you that are already users, I want to just thank you for your patience through this kind of hyper growth we've had in the last month or so. Working with Jamil and Pace has been awesome, although it did surprise us quite a bit with respect to making sure everybody has their questions answered and the proper support. We just brought on 2 new staff members who are helping us to make sure that you guys get your questions answered and are being timely. There was playing a little bit of catch up. So I appreciate all your patience, but we want to be as good as Emily is and their team in being responsive to all the questions you have for Jamil and that. So we're growing into that position, but it's just been amazing. So I appreciate everybody who signed up already, who's going to sign up. We're going to continue to strive to deliver the best data, the best platform, training, support, and making the system ever better. Like I said, we're doing a big hard push right now to add another 50 direct to MLS markets. Again, there's no other platform that's doing that. There's nobody else where you can go and get that direct to MLS data and have the best information. Earlier, Trey and Fatima and Sharon were talking about comping. it's kind of like in the back of their mind, oh, comping, big deal. It's one of the most important things, because if your numbers are off, then nothing else matters. You could have the best agent outreach, you could have the best marketing funnel, you could have the best systems in place, but if your numbers aren't correct, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels, writing offers on properties that don't make sense, or writing lowball offers. So that is very important. And that's another thing that's really cool about Privy, is that it comps those properties out for you automatically. We've got an algorithm that does it, that uses the same process that I would use as an agent, having 20 years of experience and access to MLS data. Even with those two key resources, it can still take me an hour or more to properly comp out a property. But with Privy, it happens in a fraction of a second. And then you have the ability to edit that first pass to make sure you're, cutting off major roads, or eliminating houses that just don't make sense because they have a view, or they're on a river or a lake, those sorts of things. So we give you all that flexibility. We're going to do more of that tomorrow. So please join us for that. Emily's going to send out an email with that training, and I'll make sure everybody has their questions answered.
Yeah, and not only that, tomorrow, same time, same place, Mahmood is going to be on. And like Michelle mentioned, he is a freaking genius. Like, he is a living, breathing computer. Like, his brain is, I wish my brain worked like that. Let me just say. But he's going to be comping on Privy. He's going to be updating us on the best ways to comp in this market. Because as you know, we're having huge market shifts. And one thing that Privy has that he's going to show us how to use is like pending deals around there, and why that's so important in this market, and how you communicate that to your buyers. So that's a huge update that he's going to be sharing with us.
Yeah,
But
somebody's asking, Rich asked about the private money lending training. So that's going to be done with Amy. That's going to be next week on the 23rd. So keep an eye out for that. If you're already on Privy, or if you went to a webinar or something, you get emails from Privy or from me, you will get an invitation to that.
yeah. So guys, remember, 20% off with this code. It's going to be ending tomorrow. So take advantage of this. And once you sign up, you get a free training tomorrow after the challenge with Benson. And I will email it out to you guys. So I think we're going to call it for today. Benson, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for spending some extra time with us. And just thank you for all
My
you
pleasure.
do. Your
Yeah, thanks
heart
for staying
shines
after,
through it.
guys. Thank you,
I just
Emily.
appreciate you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I really love your cow picture, honestly.
Thank you. That's the second time I've got that this week.
Oh, it's slick. It's so
It's very
cool.
calming. We really liked it.
I love it. Well, thanks everybody for sticking after. Reach out to us with questions.
Yep.
Look for the link for the training tomorrow. We're going to get in deep, talk about some comping, finding deals. I'm going to go from A to Z on how to find a market to actually submitting an offer, all tomorrow.
All right, guys. Have a beautiful
Thank
rest
you.
of your day. Take that energy we got from Michelle and Paul and apply it to your business. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.